March 23 market update. If you need to sell your house, call my daddy. License number 50122.
Hi, this is Bryan Crawford with New Mexico Dream House at Real Broker. I'm here with your March 2023 market update. Now, to start things off, let's talk about absorption rate. Absorption rate is the amount of time it would take to sell all the houses if we stopped listing houses today. That's just over a month. That's not a very long time. Average days on market right now are about 36 days on market. For the year, they're about 33. So we're hovering about a month on market as average. We're beating that by a couple weeks, by the way. Here's something I thought was interesting. Average list price is the highest I've ever seen it. It's up 18% from March of 2023 to March of 2022. In fact, the average list price in March of 23 was $395,104. That's a lot. That's higher than the average sales price nationwide. Here's the kicker. The average sales price was $267,468. I think that's why we're seeing some houses sit on the market for a very long time, is they're just overpriced and we're being overly optimistic about what the market will do for you. As a seller, what will the market do for you? Well, likely, if we look at a strong body of data using comparable sales, what we do is we look at houses that have sold recently, look at houses on the market, that gives you a good idea of who you're competing against, and we look at pending. Those are houses that were on the market recently and went under contract. That gives us a big body of data. We come out with a lot of data. We sit down at your kitchen table with you and we start talking about that data and what it means for you as a seller. Pricing is a team sport. The last thing I'm going to do is come in and tell you what your house is worth. We need to look at the data together, assess the data together. Obviously, I'm going to have strong suggestions, but we'll look at that together, and I'm not going to buy your listing with monopoly money, meaning, oh yeah, well, let's just list a $200,000 house at $350,000 and see what happens. Like, we can do that a little bit, and the market is bearing out. Our average sales price is up 6.5% year over year. So that's a 12-month average. I think that gives us a really strong indication that the market is moving up, but not as quickly as some of those articles last year were coming from. If you want to see more about that, you can see last month's market update right here. Now, sold listings down 38%. So in March 2023, there's a couple of things that are affecting the sold listings. And the biggest thing is inventory. What's driving the inventory shortage are the interest rates being higher. If you're jumping from a 3% interest rate to a 6.5% interest rate, it's a pretty big jump in payment. So we're not seeing as much inventory hitting the market. That being said, pending listings up 34%, and this is a number that I really wanted to look at. Active listings are down 31%, and new listings are down 39% year over year. This morning we have about 100 houses on the market. That's still really low. A lot of those houses, in looking at them, they have to go non-QM, non-qualifying mortgage, meaning they have to seek alternative sources of financing other than a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac based loan. So our inventory is really in a less inventory than what the numbers even indicate. Number of listings are starting to creep back up from January a little bit. That's to be expected this time of year. We'll usually see a huge onslaught of new listings hit the market, usually in the hundreds. This time we're seeing it in the tens, so that's kind of interesting to me. Listing prices way up. They're like crazy up. Sale prices are up, not crazy up, healthy up. Now price volume year over year, March last year, market-wide, we sold about $30 million worth of houses. This year is just under 20 million. So there's a little bit less houses to go around, a little bit less data. Now, the big question that I want to get into is foreclosures. Everybody's talking about foreclosures, the post-COVID foreclosure increase. And we've seen some really predatory and alarmist article headlines about how foreclosures are up 55%. Well, they're up 55% from almost nothing. To put this into perspective, our foreclosure rates in 2008 were more than 30 times what they are to date in New Mexico, and even nationwide, those numbers are pretty similar, but I'm looking specifically at New Mexico. I wanted to do some quick math for you. 1 in every 4,006 houses in New Mexico is in foreclosure. How does that affect the inventory? That's what you guys care about. There are 28,000, just under 28,000 single-family homes in San Juan County. That's condos, homes, manufactured homes, the whole thing. 28,000. So if those statistics bear out, 28 divided by 4 is 7. So we may have had 7 houses go into the foreclosure process this month, county-wide. How does that affect pricing? It doesn't. 7 houses could hit the market right now and it would not affect the market that much. Foreclosure rates, they're not what the news is making them out to be. So, sorry I got a little long-winded. Hopefully this was helpful. This is your March 2023 market update. And I'm not near as cool saying that as Riker was. Did you like that intro? If you like that intro, mention in the comment section.